Ben, big focus today on district energy. Is that the way forward in a bid to reach these carbon targets that have been set?
Yeah, I think it has a big role to play. I mean, energy efficiency is obviously massively important as well, but there comes a point when we've lowered consumption as far as we can that we need to tackle the supply side, the carbon emissions associated with the supply of energy as well as on the demand side. District heating can help to do that.
You actually mentioned in your presentation characteristics of success. What did you mean by that?
I suppose there's district heating will not work everywhere. District heating is not suitable for all situations, and there are certain criteria, I suppose, certain key elements that we look for and that are essential in developing one of these schemes. Scale, diversity, those sorts of things are requirements, and even DEC's heat strategy recognises that the district heating is not the answer for all situations. For urban situations where you've got energy density and you've got buildings in close proximity, district heating is certainly worthy of investigation, but it won't always be the answer.
There are obviously projects already in place, including the Olympic Park, which was one of the ones that you mentioned. Has that been a major success?
The Olympic Park scheme is it has been a success, and it continues to evolve. It's a massively interesting project in that the procurement was unique. It's a 40-year concession, and it's all about legacy. Interestingly, so the energy centres weren't really built to just supply the venues. They were built for 40 years and for all of the development that will happen on the park over that timescale. And
the beauty of these schemes is, of course, that they can be expanded as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, and that's already happening on the Olympic Park. We're growing the scheme outside the concession area, interconnecting with other schemes, connecting up new developments, and ensuring everyone can benefit from the assets that have been built.
And you mentioned as well the need for innovation. How do you elaborate on that?
I suppose it's a case of moving on from where we are now with district heating and district heating, if it is to deliver the carbon benefits and the savings that everyone expects, everyone needs it to, then it will need to innovate. We'll need to introduce lower forms of generation, low carbon forms of heating. So that will require innovation both at the building side, on the demand side, as well as on the supply side.
So as far as you're concerned, to summarise then, everything's going in the right direction, we're going towards where we need to be?
I think so. I think there's a massive amount to do. We gave some specific examples this morning about projects that have been successful, and there's learning that can be taken from those. There's always a need for a champion, for people to drive these projects forward. There's quite often a technical characteristic or catalyst which triggers the start of these schemes, but the more support that the government and these other organisations can provide in hand-holding, providing advice to local authorities and others, the more successful this will be.
Fantastic. Thanks for your time.
Great.
Cheers. Thank you very much.